Okay, so let's start with the present simple. Very quickly, bang, bang, bang. Okay, so water freezes at 0 degrees. Water boils at 100 degrees. These are general facts and truths, or they're always true. Present simple, nice and easy. I get a potato clock, I brush my teeth, I go for a bike ride every day. Okay, that's habits, routines, present simple. There are some other uses as well, such as in newspaper headlines. You might see a headline saying, "Government cuts taxes." And then you would turn to a friend and you'd say, "Oh look, the government is cutting taxes." So in the headline it's in the present simple, but in general language it would be in the present continuous. So let's turn now to the present continuous. I'm cycling up a hill. I'm drinking my first cup of tea of the day. Cheers. I'm waiting for my steam shower to heat up to the right temperature. I'm also waiting for the men to come and finish installing my sauna. So that was 4 short sentences. One of them was the odd one out. Which sentence though? So the present continuous is formed with the subject, in this case the pronoun I, part of the verb to be in the present tense, so am in this case, and the ing form, which is the present participle. I'm cycling, I'm drinking, I'm waiting. Typically in books it will say that it's about actions which are in progress. I'm going to say this. It's about something happening at the moment of speaking. It's also about something happening around the moment of speaking. So one of these is the odd one out. Number 1, you saw a video of me cycling up a hill, and I said, I'm cycling up a hill. Number 2, you saw a video of me not looking very pretty in my dressing gown. I'm drinking my first cup of tea of the day, and I was drinking my first cup of tea of the day. I'm waiting for my steam shower to heat up to the right temperature. Yes, again, I was in my dressing gown and you could see my steam shower heating up, filling up with steam. And then, still in my dressing gown, I'm waiting for the men to come to finish installing my sauna. Number 4 is the odd one out, because 1, 2 and 3 are all things which are happening at the moment of speaking. Number 4 is something happening around the moment of speaking. So at some stage in the past, I started to wait for the men to come to finish installing my sauna, and I'm still in that period. Obviously, I wasn't waiting for them to come to finish installing my sauna at the time when I said those words. I was there in my dressing gown. My life is not a gay porn film. Well, not always. So number 4 is the odd one out. Let's look at that in some more detail. 4 examples here. I speak English. That's a general fact or truth about myself. It's always true. Present simple. 2. I'm speaking English right now. Present continuous. Something happening at the moment of speaking. 3. Every spring the weather gets better. That's a repeated action, routine. Well, a routine for the weather perhaps? Not sure. It's present simple. Okay. Then we have the weather is getting better right now, and of course I'm recording this in early May 2020. This is present continuous, This is something happening around the moment of speaking. So the expression right now, or even at the moment, can be quite flexible. It means that this is different to how things normally are. Okay, you're going to see some more examples of this kind of thing in the exercises. So I would like you now to please pause the video and do all 3 exercises on StudIP, and then we're going to go through the answers afterwards. Alternatively, if you did the exercises before starting to watch the video, you can now have another look at your answers and see if you want to change any of them. Exercise 1 is a gap fill. Let's go through the answers. Number 1. I'm waiting for an important phone call right now. I'll call you back later. Something happening at the moment of speaking, present continuous. Number 2. Gerald stays at the Metropole every time he's in Leeds. That's a routine or a repeated action, present simple. If he's there now, we could say Gerald is staying at the Metropole at the moment, because he arrived and that's happening around the moment of speaking. 3. Presently, everyone is wearing a face mask on public transport. So that's not normal. That's something which started to happen at a certain time and will end at some stage, possibly. It's not important that we know the end date, or even if there will be an end date. The thing is, this is different to how things normally are. Note the key word presently. Number 4, the Earth rotates around the Sun. Obviously, present simple, that's a general fact. Okay, let's move on to exercise 2. Only C is possible. I normally teach, so that's always true, or that's my normal state. But this semester, I'm working from home, so this semester is different to normal. That's the contrast. A and B are correct. In A, visitors enjoy our pub quiz on Tuesdays. That's present simple, so that's every Tuesday on Tuesdays. That's a routine, or you might even be talking about a fact. B is also correct grammatically. Remember, this section, selection, is not about context. It's only about whether a sentence is correct grammatically or possible grammatically. So with B, you might say that if you've recently introduced a new pub quiz on Tuesdays and you didn't have one before. So it's a new event, so visitors are now enjoying the pub quiz. C, of course, is not possible because it says visitors are enjoy. Of course, enjoy needs to be the present participle here. Okay, let's now look at exercise 3. Error correction. Let's see how you've done. Number 1, incorrect. I usually go to bed too late. That's a habit, routine, repeated action, present simple. Note the word usually. It's normally interchangeable with the word normally, and it has the same meaning. Number 2, incorrect. Kate is staying at her parents' while the lockdown is on. Okay, so if you say she stays at her parents', that sounds like a routine, which doesn't make any sense because we've only known this lockdown once. So this is something happening around the moment of speaking with the present continuous. It's different to how things normally are. By the way, at her parents' apostrophe, that's bei ihren Eltern, of course. 3, incorrect. Say from Britain, where do you come from? So remember, this difference is also relevant for questions and for negative forms. If you were to say from Britain, where are you coming from? That sounds like you're speaking to someone from Britain and they're travelling towards where you are, possibly by aeroplane. And so where are you coming from? And you're speaking to that person on a mobile phone. So where are you coming from would mean where are you coming from right now? And even then, a more normal question would be, which airport are you flying from? Where do you come from? You're asking for a fact. Number 4, our friends are thinking about buying a boat. Yep, that's totally normal. I mean, in their heads, in their brains, at this exact moment when you say the sentence, they might be thinking about other things. But just in general, during this period, starting at some stage in the past, they've started to have thoughts about buying a boat. They're thinking about buying a boat. We'll come back to the verb to think in the next class, by the way. Okay, so you could add these marks together and see how you've done out of 10. I hope you did okay with the exercises. You know, I find that many students, even in their 3rd, 4th, 5th semesters, still continue to make a lot of mistakes between the present simple and present continuous, both speaking and writing. What I recommend is that you actually speak to yourself or think to yourself in English quite a lot of the time during the daytime. Some of the best language learners I know do that. And try to actually get into the habit of using the correct form. It will help, I promise. Okay, in the next class we're going to look at state and action verbs. See you then.